All right, well, welcome to the old mill. This one will be interesting to do. I think it'll be at least. We have an actual defined structure as the main focal point, which isn't a common occurrence, seemingly, from these Bob Ross paintings. I'm just gonna start with our favorite, the Mario brush. We love the Mario brush. Block it a bunch of color real quick. Yeah, about around here-ish. How are you, Justin? I'm gonna be using the magenta. Doing good. Let's go. Let's fucking go. I'm doing pretty good. The only tragic thing was that today I woke up at 11 and then fell back asleep until like 3 or something. Well, I was on my phone in bed for a little bit. Because if you saw me post in Discord, like, we've been having like internet problems again, which is really fun and cool. So I think I was just trying to look into stuff like on my phone, like to see if I could figure out anything. Because one thing that I theorized was that a problem could be the fact that our router and modem were plugged into like a normie, just like basic, probably dollar store or like hardware store power strip. So I went up and I unplugged it from the power strip and plugged it directly. Both router and modem are now plugged directly into the wall. So I don't know if that's causing problems or if that has been causing problems. It's just the fact that like when we got this router, like we didn't have like any issues for like a minute, and then it's like, oops, we're gonna be shitty all of a sudden. Because I know when you were using like a network like splitter or like switcher or something for Anna's internet on her PC at like the old place that you were at, I remember like you said like it just like didn't give her enough like bandwidth or something sometimes to work with. So maybe this power strip is like being dumb and just like randomly not providing enough power to the router / modem. Which I honestly don't know if that is the case at all, but it's a fair possibility. A potential hypothesis that could have some facts behind it. And hey, prank. I don't know. My dad was gonna call our ISP, and then he just never did. But then I had that thought of, let me try switching where the router and modem are plugged into and see if that helps the case. So I guess ideally, I mean, best case scenario, that just was the problem and it gets fixed and we're all happy. No calves because I'm high and home. Yes. Fire me up, baby. I hate internet, same. When Hunter and Vince were over yesterday, I was like talking about that for a little bit. Like, I just hate how like this shit just doesn't work sometimes. Like, we're in the year 2024. Like, I feel like this shit should be like pretty like foolproof by this point, right? God, the way I worded that sentence reminded me of this one AVGN video where he's talking about how it's really stupid how like some power adapters for consoles will have like the actual part that you plug into a wall socket will have like a giant ass box connected to it, so it just like takes up a ton of space and you just like can't use other outlets around it. And he's talking about like an old console that did that shit, and then he's like, Like, oh, I have a camera that I bought this year and has a box like that. And he's like, we live in the year 2007. Anytime I hear that, I'm just like, yep, we definitely live in the year 2007. I wish we lived in the year 2007. Well, y'all ever have those thoughts where it's just like damn, like, I wish I could go back to being in like 2010 or whatever the fuck, but it's like, damn, like, would I want to be in like grade like 5 again or whatever? Like, I don't know if I'd want to like experience like being in high school again, honestly. Good morning, Anna. How are you? I feel originally I would have had this done like hours ago, but yeah, I accidentally like fell back asleep for multiple hours. So, oopsie. Did Pope get nuked again? I don't know. I haven't opened I didn't open his stream, but I saw he went live. Is that what happened a few days ago? Because I saw a couple days ago he went live and then he was offline like after 3 minutes. Well, actually, I looked at the VOD and he was having like some kind of like connection problem apparently. Oh, he got nuked? Damn. No stream for you, Zaki. Waiting for Lethal Company content. You know, it's Monday. Maybe Morpheus will play with us. Maybe Prac will play with us. Oh, Butter, I'm high. I can't play Lethal. The guild meeting. I don't even want to listen to it. Let's watch Big Brother. Oh, I missed it. Oh my god, I did forget Big Brother. Me as Prac right now. I feel like I tagged Morpheus though, and he didn't say anything to me. Not regarding Lethal Company, but just regarding replying to my message, blubbers. Almost killed Justin when he asks me what I want for dinner, so I'm having a protein shake while he cooks. What? I'm so confused by this sentence. Why'd you almost kill Justin? Or are you like hangry right now? Asking for me? Okay, you are hangry. Understandable. Or you're just like, I don't care. I just want something. Which honestly, if true, that's so valid. Like, that's a fucking mood sometimes. I'm just like, I just want to eat a little something. I'm gonna do yellow for this, actually. Just pure yellow, honestly. Oh, Omar. I'm gonna get cutscene in a sec here, likely. Potentially. So we'll see what happens. Well, hopefully Justin's cooking something good for you. Right, Justin? Sloppy Joes? I haven't had a Sloppy Joe in... I couldn't even tell you when the last ones I had one. Probably sometime in high school, honestly. If I had to guess, was the last time I had one. They were good. I remember liking Sloppy Joes, but I don't know, just haven't had one in like a millennia. Okay. I'm just like, I'm just trying to think about like just how I want to go about stuff in this painting. I honestly might fill the rest with like a light gray. That might be a play. It's gonna cover this up a bit, but that's fine. Well, at least Justin got his stream streak before he cooked. So that's good that he did that. Gotta get that stream streak. Yeah, my dad cooked some chicken. I think I heard him say something like, "Oh, do you want some now?" But Dad, I'm Mario painting. Right, Prax edible. Damn, imagine that as someone's like alt account name on Twitch, just like Prax Pen or something. That'd be kind of hype, honestly. Prax Pen. Damn, I am hilarious, honestly. Butter. Crack probably right now. Damn, I kind of feel like I'm cooking with this one right now, though. Speaking of cooking, I feel like I'm cooking. Let him cook. Let me cook. Go back in with this. That like tree branch in there, maybe like, and go over it a little bit. There you go. And we're gonna get like a little bit of black and just like, okay, yeah, something like that. And there's gonna be the mill, and it's gonna be like about here. There we go. Yeah, something like that. Morning, L. Thank you. That was a good back crack. I don't know if that went through or not, but damn. Damn girl. Are we today, chat? I'm kind of vibing right now. Have a bit before you have to go disassemble furniture for your mom. Damn, that's like cloud remix instead of like moving furniture or disassembling furniture. Bet cloud would be popping off right now. Did you ever see Cloud's Oob milkshake, I think it was, that he had the other day? Shoutouts to that. Hopefully it was... Well, I think he said it was good. Yeah, from Jack in the Box. When he sent that snap, I like just straight up didn't recognize the logo. Cause yeah, I've never seen one, I don't think. That's where someone's like, actually, when you were driving to this location in America, there was actually one on your left that you didn't see. I've probably been near one, but I've never acknowledged a Jack in the Box existence. And you're telling me it's not out of bounds? What if it was out of bounds? Like a special variety of ube being an out of bounds one? Speaking of dessert things, yesterday we went to the ice cream place again with Hunter and Vince, and that was pretty good. I enjoyed. Even though I went there Saturday as well, like Vince was definitely trying to go and Hunter was down, so I was like, well, I guess I'm going to get something. And I got a score flurry. Which, for those who remember, it's basically just a blizzard. Just vanilla ice cream and whatever the stuff is that you're getting. It was good. Like, I wanted to try something different, because when I went on Saturday, I got the brownie one. The one that... Definitely one of my favorites. Is the brownie one. That one's really good. I was like, I don't want to get it again. Like, I just had it yesterday. I was like, let's try the score one. Let's be a little quirky today. And I enjoyed it. But damn, like, I got the small one, and like, I'm still like, damn, like, this small one is like still a lot of ice cream for what it is. And I've historically never really had score ice or score chocolate bars very much in my time, but I did enjoy it. No, I was saying that I've never really had score chocolate very much in my time, but I did enjoy it, is what I was saying. Justin gets to live another day. Yo, PogChamp. But I'm definitely glad I got the small one instead of just a normal sized one because damn, like it's so much ice cream. Even like with a small, it's still like a lot of ice cream. I'm like, I don't need like more than this, honestly. Just today, Justin gets to live. The poggers, question mark. Do I need any more of this? Yes, I actually ran out. Feels good. Yeah, ice cream. Like, if you're getting ice cream from a place, you probably just want to have that all in one go. Like, I probably wouldn't want to keep that for a long time. What did you end up making, Justin? Anything pog? I said, what did you end up making for food? Is it anything pog? Yeah, I haven't gotten ice cream in a cone in a minute. Like, I enjoy getting ice cream in a cone, but I just get it in the cup normally, just because it's a little easier. And especially if you don't eat it like right away, like you can like, you know, you don't have to worry about it melting all over you. So like that's a huge benefit. Made sloppy. Oh, yeah, I forgot Anna said that y'all are making sloppy joes, and Anna put chips over it with other stuff, so it's basically loaded nachos. Huh. That's pog. Hopefully that turned out good. Man, this needs to be way shorter. This needs to go like back to here. Is that what you look like we're eating it right now, Anna? PogChamp. PogChamp. Actually, I was watching some videos lately about just like portrait painting, just like from this one guy, and one thing that was kind of nice in the video is just how like he mentions You know, like, I don't always get, like, the proportions right, like, on the first try. Or, like, whatever. They're just saying how... I guess, like, definitely more applicable for, like, traditional painting, because it's, like, there's no undo button IRL, but just saying how, like, just don't be afraid to, like, just put down something, and learning how to be able to correct it later is very valuable to know how to do. And, like, that can definitely be applied for Mario Paint as well, and of course, other aspects, but it's good to think about, just like, you know, for Mario Paint, just put something down, and if it doesn't look right, just try again. Does your ice cream place sell their stuff in pints? I think they might. I know you can call in and order like ice cream cakes, I'm pretty sure. That's right, cake reference. You didn't lose your Pope stream streak? Oh, fuck yeah, bud. Let's go. Not losing our Zachary streak. Someone really liked my reply to a tweet from 6 years ago. What was it about? It's so random. Reply to an ultimate clip. Feels good. I declare an area finally rendered, but days later so we'll be going back making adjustments. Yeah, that is a tough struggle to deal with. They certainly understand that one. Well, I hope your reply to this ultimate clip from 6 years ago was a good reply. Bro, did you see that post that I put in miscellaneous, or not miscellaneous, in videos? Well, I guess also if you saw the post I put in miscellaneous, but, or sorry, it's in clips. That's where I put it. It's in clips. Send tweet. Like, you know, I actually never looked at this on desktop because I was looking at it on my phone, but I have never seen webcams this small on a stream layout before. Yeah, they're so tiny. Oh my god. Like, I guess if you're watching like in full screen, you can still see like what's happening in the cams, but just like, oh my god. I got a really hype ask yard if you don't mind if I post it. I have no idea if Nightbot will like flag that or anything. I honestly don't know how that shit's all set up. You can try if you really want, I suppose. Oh, my chat window is zoomed in. How does it look on the overlay? Oh, hold up. Can I like, wait. Where is it? Chat. Wait, can I? There you go. The fuck? Okay. I don't know what's happening there, but okay. Anyways, alright. Damn. Was that just in Pope's stream? Let's fucking shit. Was Let's fucking shit not in here? It's surprising if true. Let him shit. Let him shit is so funny. You know, that meme of Woody when Kingdom Hearts 3 was new, that was a good thing to come out of Kingdom Hearts 3. You can't tell its fate. It's supposed to be Goku. If you're talking about the ASCII art, it's supposed to be Goku. Yeah, I think it's just like a normal Goku. It's not like all like fucked up or anything to my knowledge. Yeah, I meant to send you one of the that painting video somehow, Owl. I meant to send that guy's channel to you because I do like I was enjoying that guy's videos. Just like I think the way that he was just talking while doing them, I think was pretty informative. Since he was actually like directly like stating like why he was doing what he was doing. And like in cases it was like abridged to a degree, but it was still useful. And maybe there's something you could take away from it, potentially. You should have played Fortnite earlier when all the fucking twerps were in school. You're playing solo hell right now. It's been a while since I like actually like watched like any like art video content. You're very tempted to take her online oil painting course she was offering. Damn, do you have oil painting materials? Gets banned from Bob Ross's channel. Yo, G. That's so real, though. Shout out to Ja and I having a normal-ass conversation in the Bob Ross channel, and, like, there were some Nazi Bob Ross moderators in there just, like, timing us out and shit. It's like, okay. I guess we won't talk in here. I do not have any oil paint stuff. Nor have I ever touched oil paints in my life. I don't really need to worry about what this looks like because there'll be a tree in the way. They gave me all this stuff and told me what to do and fix when I screw up. That's Pog. Since G's here, I can talk about this G pen. Well, it's this G pen that I have that I have never touched. Same with the bottle of ink, the bottle of black ink that I got that you're supposed to like dip the pen into. Used it not once. Just because I know it's just so much easier to like just work digitally. The Mi pen. Damn, you actually get your PC on Thursday? Like, not a shitpost, not clickbait, like, gone correctly, question mark? I was literally saying the other day to someone or somewhere, maybe it was on stream, just saying how, like, it'll be weird almost, like, when you have your PC again, because it's been so long, it feels like, since you've, like had it and, like, done stuff. You do have oil paint stuff and you haven't used it in years. Lovely. I guess having it is useful though, because I know like oil paint stuff I'm pretty sure is expensive. I guess having it just like handy is nice. So much that I gave a paint set to my brother's girlfriend as a Christmas gift. Damn. That's wild then. The only actual paints I own, I have gouache and I have some watercolors. Been working so much that it doesn't feel as though time hasn't passed at all. Or it doesn't feel as though time has passed. Feels something, that's for sure. Yeah, this painting's kind of coming together though. Like, damn. Y'all seeing this shit? Sheesh. Yeah, and then you have to let the oil paint dry for like multiple days for it to be like fully dry. I want more of those darks poking through. Because I'm going to tap on yellow. Yeah, it's true. Having a well-ventilated area would also be very beneficial. That is true. Like, y'all, on Saturday, I think, I was, like, bleaching our tub out, like, in the shower upstairs. I fucking bleached that tub out. Because our steam mopper, you can take the mop head part off, and you can switch it out for, like, varying nozzles. And I was using this small, like, brush, like, concentrated nozzle, because I think there's a bunch of, like, hard water buildup on our tub, because that tub has probably never been like actually properly cleaned in like ever. So because we got our bathroom painted and that's all done finally, which is good. And what else did we do? We got a new like inner shower curtain like liner, which is good because the old one was pretty roughed up from like just existing for so long. think like a lot of like hard water damage on it. Like it was very orange in spots. And then my dad also like recocked around the tub in the shower because the caulking was like pretty bad and was also pretty old, so he did that. And after the caulking was all dried, I went through and like cleaned the tub out. Because there was like just like some like orange like stains on the side of the tub from, I guess, hard water just build up over time. So now the bathroom upstairs is way cleaner looking, feels good. Send tweet. It is actually really nice though by comparison, just how much like nicer it is in there. Yo, cads. Yeah, the steam mop is useful. I'm surprised how good it is for cleaning like things that aren't just the floors, honestly. So would recommend. Good around pets. Yeah, actually the one we have, I'm pretty sure is like labeled like to be for pets or whatever, or like to be used like with pets, I guess. Which is interesting, but I'm like, okay. Pop off. Yo, cats. How's it going, bruv? Our dog's like cockroaches, they're not going anywhere. That's hype. We love us some cockroaches? Question mark. Yep, that's right. Recocked, baby. So it's nice in there now by comparison. The house is getting cleaner bit by bit. Feels good. Especially in your own house, like you want to feel clean, right? Just like existing in your own home. And anytime I get like a good amount of cleaning like that done, like it definitely feels good afterwards. Like how I posted in Discord last week when I cleaned the stove off, like where like all the knobs are and all the buttons are on the stove. Like even now, like when I'm up there in the kitchen, I'm still like, wow, like this is so much nicer than it used to be. It's also surprising that it's like so reflective. Like that shit's like a mirror now. It's crazy. Met Skittle, hey. That water wheel is hype. Ooh, well, wait till you see it finished, baby. Nothing worse than going to someone else's house and the air and the environment feels grossly unclean, aka me at my sister's. My condolences. Also, in case anybody's curious, on Blue Sky, I am within the first 10% of users, so I'm kind of a big deal, honestly. Earthquake. Feels earthquake, man. Yeah, this one's gonna be a banger, Bob Ross painting, once it's all done. Just let me cook. Yeah, I was saying at the start of this one, it's interesting that it's like there's like an actual defined structure as the focal point, which usually isn't the case with Bob Ross paintings. That is not the norm. And you know, it's cool to have variety like this. Actually, might try going over this like with a bit of gray. I think that could be good. Yeah, this one is turning out. Honestly, my... Okay. I need you. They have 3 dogs and a cat, and it's just hair everywhere. That sounds like that'd be hard to keep up with for keeping it clean. Wait, what's it giving? Is it giving... What'd you say? Oh, good call, actually. I should stretch. Definite stand-up time. Still stand-up moment, definitely. An earth cake emote. The world needs such a product in our life, though. Imagine how hard that would go. Damn, now that I'm standing up and like looking at this painting, this one's kind of fucking serving, though. Sheesh. Cooking. I'm cooking, baby. All right, Justin, time for you to make earth cake. Okay. That was a good stretch. Oh, I wonder how good Kendall keeps up with it. Let's see, we'll put you up. All right. We're back, baby. And one thing I saw going around on Twitter earlier today is from the NES Mike Tyson's Punch Out, there's like a sprite of, you guessed it, Mike Tyson. And they were saying like how like fucked up it looked, and someone like redrew it. And honestly, the redraw was really good. I was like, wow, they did a good job of redrawing this. And like it still looked like it would fit like in the style of like the game. And somebody was like, how does the original look on like a CRT? Because I'm sure some of y'all have seen the phenomenon of sprite art being intended for like a CRT, and it like can look off if it's not on a CRT. And somebody posted a picture of it on a CRT, and it's like, damn, this original Mike Tyson sprite still looks all fucked up. Maybe it was intentional, I don't know, or just something at the time, who knows. With the Roomba, less floor space, and a hair removal I use on the bed and couch, it's very manageable. The Roomba seems very pog for helping the keep up, if I had to say so. Fortnite is so unfair. She's having a great time, chat. That it can be, though, a little unfair. This is true. My phone needs to not be in my pocket. Ooh, look at that little splash. Oh my god. perfect, honestly. Like, this isn't even, it's not even a chef's kiss. This is a fucking, like, chef, like, kiss a homie. Fucking, goddamn. Kiss a chef, baby. Kiss a cake? Now we're talking. There's too many real people in these lobbies. That's the fun of it. But it is not very fun when it's just like, oops, you're getting matched up with people who are far above your skill level. Because Fortnite has a very small player base and they have to put everybody who's online in the same lobby together at the same time. Like, I'll always say, like, when like playing Smite, like, I never really felt that way where it was like me getting matched up with people who were like way better normally. That didn't normally feel like the case. And Big Strong Butter, I'm playing Mario Paint. Eventually later though. Where's Monado at? Oh, gaming. Yo, RP DAC looks damn good. Thanks. Yeah, I'd say this one is turning out pretty good right now. Because, like, some of them, I would say, they kind of come in... What am I trying to say? I feel like that sentence, you ever start a sentence and it just falls apart instantly? Like, some Bob Ross paintings feel much easier to translate in Mario Paint than others, and I feel like this one is working out pretty good. Damn, are those Liam emotes, Justin? Damn. Liam out, or Justin out here is a loyal Liam sub. Yeah, I'm happy with this one right now. I think it's interesting how this Bob Ross painting is... The focal point is a defined structure that isn't just a cabin. Because usually the focal point in a Bob Ross painting is just some... Well, it's not even necessarily always a focal point. Like, it's just sometimes just a landscape, and the focal point could be, like, the river, or, like, some tree in the foreground. It's just, like, whatever you want it to be. But this one has a defined, this is the focal point. Which makes it interesting to work with. Actually, the last time I did one of these was a couple of paintings ago. It's called Covered Bridge. And that one also, I think, turned out really good for Mario Paint. I like that one a lot. That one turned out super nicely, in my opinion. And just with the nature of Mario Paint's palette being very limited, sometimes it can be hard to translate the colors of a Bob piece to being a Mario Paint painting, depending on what it is. Because there are all these other colors that you can pick from, but they're just like variations of like the default ones, basically. There's been a couple of paintings where I've used like some of these like textured like multicolored ones, but I don't normally use these ones. I just kind of stick to the basic ones. I think it makes it easier to not like have to worry about all these. I think just using the main palette I think is a lot easier, typically speaking, for me at least. Having something structural and identifying silhouette-wise is super nice, with an identifying silhouette, rather. Yeah, I can agree with that. And also an interesting part about doing these Mario Paint recreations is the fact that the Mario Paint canvas, it is much thinner. Like it's a lot shorter than a Bob Ross canvas is usually. Because usually the Bob Ross canvases are closer to like an actual like square. But the Mario Paint canvas is much more rectangular overall. Just like looking at like how so far that's how it's been for basically all of the Bob Ross ones that I've done. So maybe he'll eventually do one that is a more rectangular canvas. So we'll see about that in time. Damn, we've been going for over an hour already. I spent a while trying to get this cabin, or the cabin, trying to get the old mill to look good, and I think I succeeded. An interesting aspect of just like doing arts in general. Now, I guess this definitely varies from person to person, but when I'm drawing digitally, I am rotating my canvas so much because, and also on paper, if I'm drawing on paper, like, I'll be rotating the page usually to like make certain angles easier to draw, because depending on the person, they definitely can just draw certain angles from certain positions easier. But with Mario Paint, you can't really do that. I guess I could like turn my body like to like paint a different direction, but I don't normally do that for this. Your brother's best friend in school was named Liam. You think it's the same Liam? It's not, but what if it was? Just like theoretically. Imagine? I'm imagining, actually. Trying to cut down on zooming. I am definitely someone who zooms a lot when drawing digitally. Yeah, I definitely understand why you would want to cut down on it, for sure. And I try to not zoom in too much, but sometimes it just makes it like easier to draw like a certain thing. But trying to focus on, I guess, like what is going to be seen overall is definitely good, and not worrying about some tiny minuscule detail that isn't going to be noticed. That's like in college, we had to do a vector portrait of ourselves, and we had to include some kind of object that was like meaningful to us. So my object was I included this controller, I included my steel stick N64 controller, and I put so much detail into this. Like, just from looking at it at a glance, you would never see it. You would never see all that detail. I guess since it's vector, though, you can zoom in and like see it all. But I put so much detail into that. It was crazy. Yeah, before I go ham on doing this, I need to do the grass over here because I have not touched this left side at all so far. Good morning, Aaron. Are you feeling less sick today so far? Let's honestly, we're gonna Mario brush a little bit. You know, we love using the Mario brush out here. Shit's so good. Yo, Jess, Mario Cake Monday? Oh shit. Now we're talking. Yeah, I think being able to draw without zooming in all the time is definitely a plus. But I think zooming in to make drawing something easier is not per se a bad thing, in my opinion, at least. Still having some breathing issues, but I'm not jesting. You're not jesting, huh? Opposed to dying? Oh, so that's regarding what you said in miscellaneous, Aaron. Did you have your router and modem plugged into a power strip before? Like at some point in the past? It'll be interesting to know if that was actually the problem that I've been having, is just having it in a power strip instead of to the wall directly. I mean, it would be nice if that's just the fix and it's all good now, but we'll see. We'll see in time, baby. What are you up to, Jess? Anything exciting? Definitely forcing myself to do it less than I should in a bent stick method kind of way. Make myself cut it out so I can reintroduce it where it matters. That's valid. Makes sense. I guess instead of like trying to like consistently rely on it every single instance, I guess knowing when to use it could definitely be beneficial. In your last apartment, yes, I believe so. Yeah. Because it's even more bizarre because like we'll have times where like there's just no issues for like months and months on end, and then it's like, oops, you're having problems like consistently like every day for like multiple weeks. So like I don't know if it's just like the power strip just randomly not giving it enough power to function properly. I honestly don't know, and like considering it's just some like normal, probably really old power strip that you get for like $5 from like a hardware store or whatever, like it's nothing like super good in quality for sure. Like it's not like the power strips that I have at my computer down here. These are pretty good power strips, and like you gotta have the surge protectors of course for your computer. Gotta have those. But I've never had an issue with like my computer like not getting enough power or something like that. You're practicing Major Mask. Let's go. I was gonna play some yesterday, but then I did not. I've just been doing a lot of Cycle 2 practice for all masks. That's like basically all the practice I've been doing is going into Cycle 2, which to be fair is most of the run. Most of the run is Cycle 2. So it's definitely not a bad thing to be putting a lot of work into Cycle 2. Because I've just been procrastinating like actually like doing the rest of the route. Like I went through like Great Bay like once. I think one singular day I was doing Great Bay, and I just haven't gone back there because I just haven't felt like it. If I'm gonna be honest, I just haven't felt like going back to that shit. I think the Georg weird shot with bow, I was having a hard time trying to get, so I just said fuck it. Like I don't feel like dealing with this right now. I was like, I'll deal with this some other day. Whenever I feel like it. Because I'm pretty sure it's really just like I don't remember the route off the top of my head at that point, but I'm pretty sure once you finish Great Bay, you do like a couple more things in Clocktown, and then you just go to the moon and do moon trials in Majora, which like I've done the moon trials before, but I guess I'll definitely need to like brush up on them and like the equips and such. The good news is, unrelated to Majora's Mask, yesterday when Vince and Hunter were over, I played a board game called Mind Bug. Has anybody here played Mind Bug before or heard of it? You're gay? Oh my god. Rack City. I think, well, basically without explaining the entire board game, it is at face value a very simple board game, but it low-key has a lot of depth to it. Oh, it's not a Ligma joke. Mindbug is actually a board game. It's like a card game, technically speaking, but like board game, card game, they kind of fall under the same umbrella. It is an actual thing, though. I can assure you that. But it's only a 2-player board game, so we would like, since like there was 3 of us, we were kind of like taking turns, or like 2 of us would play around, and then like whoever else, like someone would swap out, so the other person like would do a round. But something really fucked up, because basically for those who don't know, Vince is like the board game guy. And so I'll try to abridge this as much as possible without just literally going through and explaining how the entire game plays. But basically, cards can have like these like attributes to them, and there's like tough, sneaky, poisonous, and frenzy. I think there's one more, oh, and hunter. And they basically just do different things. And I was watching this round, so it was Hunter and Vince were playing, and you know, I don't think Hunter had ever played the game before, and Vince, he's played it, so he knows what to do and all that shit. And he's just good at board games. And you can basically steal cards. You can do this action twice where you steal cards. Like if someone plays a card onto the field, you can steal it and it just goes like to your hand, or like it goes onto your field. And you can do that twice in a match. And Vince played a card that made it so all of your cards will have this attribute sneaky. And so Hunter steals this card. So now all of his cards have this sneaky attribute to them. And then Vince plays a card that has like an ability where it's like all opponents' cards that have sneaky cannot attack or block, which basically that's really bad. So all of Hunter's cards had sneaky, so he just like couldn't attack or block with them. And I basically had to watch him like basically not be able to do anything for like the rest of that game basically. And then like later Vince is like, man, there's like one thing that you could have done to get out of that situation, and I just like didn't tell you because I was having too much fun winning, is what he said. But it was so fucked up. I was like, damn, Hunter didn't even get to like play, basically. He was just like watching. He was playing, but he was basically not playing. It was really fucked up. I was like, damn. I wish I could translate this to something that's relatable off the top of my head, but I can't think of anything that you could like relate this to. Like I have no analogies off the top of my head for like some like game related thing that I could say like it's basically like doing this. It's like when Carlos plays lethal with us. Damn, Carlos isn't here to defend himself. I'm gonna put a little bit of like red on this just to like spruce it up. Just like, oh, look at that. Give it a little bit of zazz. He got wobbled. Okay, I love when the last guy hides the whole time. Dude, the few times I have played solos, that's basically how it goes. Like everybody's just like hiding at the end of the game. Especially when snipers are in the loot pool, like that's all people are fucking doing is just hiding. guess like that is like part of that kind of game, like just knowing, like for Fortnite, not Mindbug, knowing how, like knowing when to move and engage and such. But it's just like, damn, this is really fun. Like nobody's doing anything for like 3 minutes. Yeah. So basically, the moral of the story is, if you're ever in a situation to play Mindbug, you should take up that situation and play it. I mean, I will always advocate for board games that aren't your typical normie board games. Like, most people out there, well, it's definitely becoming more, like, popular over time, I would say, but, like, a lot of people definitely are only aware of, like, the Hasbro board games, like Monopoly, like, all those normie ones that you would play with, like, with your family growing up, which aren't bad per se in their own right. Even though I actively don't like Monopoly, actually. I don't care for it. Because they're just better board games, in my opinion. Because, like, for a long time, I was not very aware of just, like, all the board games that are out there. And once I got, like, introduced to all of them, I'm like, wow. There's, like, so many, like, unique board games that exist that I was just, like, unaware of. And they're pretty cool. Like Dominion? Dominion's hype. That's a good board game. And like thinking about Mindbug, which like basically nobody in here knows how to play the game other than me, but like, because I said it's a very like simple game to understand, which I like that in a board game a lot. I like when a board game is simple to understand and like it doesn't take like a million years to like do shit in it. But the thing that makes it fun is what you do on your turn matter. Like what order you do stuff in can make such a difference. Like, ooh, I have this card, but like, or like I have like these cards in my hand, and like depending like what order like you play them in can make such an impact on the game. Like it's such, there's so many mind games going on with that game. And the interesting thing is like the deck of like all the cards in Mindbug, it's like a pretty big deck, like that thick or something of cards. Like, I don't know how many cards are in it, like there's probably over 50 cards. But each player only holds 10 cards total, and like you never like draw more from like the main deck or anything. You just get 10 cards and that's it. Like there are instances where it's like there's some cards where they have an ability where it's like, oh, steal like 2 random cards from your opponent, or like play a card from your discard pile, but those are pretty few and far. So like the variety of cards within a game of that, like you're not gonna see like all the cards in a match. So like there's probably like still like I've played a couple of times and like there's probably still a bunch of cards that I've never seen. There's the dad percent cutscene I was expecting earlier. Hey, Bo. Hello, Mr. Deadlock. How are you doing? Not much of a board gamer myself, though. Yeah, that's fair. Like, especially like on your own. Like, if you don't have anyone to play with, like, that's a little rough. Don't worry, if the situation ever occurs for anyone to ever hang out with Vince, I can assure you, you will play board games. You know, actually before last night when Vince and Hunter were over, like, it's actually funny because the last time Vince came by to my place was for the most recent Rivals 2 beta test, and we actually didn't play any board games that time because we were just playing Rivals 2 the entire time. That's all we were doing. Hannah Montana Mall Madness was hype. I have never heard of that one, but sounds like some Queen shit, honestly. I never really watched Hannah Montana growing up. Rip. Got your cards right here. Shit. There's this one board game that I played like twice a long time ago. What's it even called? Is it called Magic Maze? Board. Is that the name of it? Yeah, it's called Magic Maze. And honestly, I don't even remember all the rules in it, but basically you're trying to navigate through this maze, and I don't know how many people you can play with total, but like I think like you go, or no, it's like everybody's playing at the same time, but it's like cooperative, and everybody will have like a card, and it's like my card will say like only I can move like the piece, because there's one piece that we're moving. Oh shit, One Piece reference at Carlos. There's like one piece on the board that you're trying to move around, and it'll be like, oh, only I can move it up, or like somebody else, like they can move it like down, or they can move it to like to the right, just like something like that. And like when you hear that, you might be like, what the fuck is this game all about? But the thing that makes the game interesting is you're not allowed to talk while you're playing the game. Nobody's allowed to say anything. So that's what makes the game kind of interesting. Nobody's allowed to speak words. So like sometimes it might be like, oh shit, like David's the one that can move the piece like down, and we need to move it down, but he's not moving it fucking down. So the way around that is there's like this red like special piece that's just sitting on the table, and like I don't know if this is even gonna pick up on my mic, but you can just like grab the piece and like tap it on the table, like just like start just like fucking like tapping it on the table. And like I think like you like tap like in front of someone like to kind of signify like, yo, I'm fucking do, like there's a thing you can do. It's such a goofy game. It's a pretty funny concept though, because there's a couple of games that I've played where you're not allowed to talk, and they're honestly kind of funny. Oh, look at that. Oh my god. Sheesh. Used to do the whole TCG thing with Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid. Like you said, I was alone most of the time. Maybe the online version might be fun. Maybe. I know there's like Pokemon Showdown. That's still a thing people play. I've never touched that though. Like I definitely was one of those people that didn't understand how to play. Like I never knew how to play the Pokemon card game properly. Like who here knew how to play the Pokemon card game properly growing up? Like nobody knew that shit. It was like we just had our Pokemon cards, and you would just like put it down, and you would just be like, okay, I'm using Razor Leaf. We didn't play with the energies or do like the resistances or any of that shit. You always begged your mom to buy me the Hannah Montana merch from the Scholastic book order each month. Damn. The Scholastic book order. I remember back in the day, I had a Wii Remote like charging station that we got from the Scholastic book fair. It was actually so hype because the Wii Remote doesn't have like a built-in rechargeable battery or anything. And so like you just like replace the back of the Wii Remote with like this different back, and it just had a rechargeable battery, and then you just like plop the Wii Remote like in the stand it came with and it would charge it. It's like, damn, that's so good. You know what's still really dumb is my VR headset that was like, you know, it came out in like 2019. May 2019 is when my VR headset came out that I own, and it still didn't have rechargeable batteries built into it. I'm like, bro, like, come on. You're telling me that I'm buying this like $700 headset and it doesn't have like rechargeable batteries? I still gotta put double A motherfucking Duracell in this thing? Like, come on. There's no reason to not include a rechargeable battery with it. It's so dumb. Send tweets, post that shit. You also had the Yu-Gi-Oh! Arm deck things. Damn, you were fucking balling. I was never into Yu-Gi-Oh!, but that shit probably went hard as fuck owning one of them. You don't fuck with the guy pulling out the dual disc. Yeah, I was upset when I found out my VR headset didn't include any kind of rechargeable battery. I was like, bro, like, come on. Very annoying to have to accept. You know, that's like, this is the part of the stream where I talk about, angry video game nerd once again, but he did a video on Pong consoles, and if you don't know what that is, well, I hope you know what Pong is, but basically they were like old consoles, like back like in the early 80s, I guess, where it's like a console that literally plays Pong, and that's it, and there was like a bunch of them. And he was saying how like some of the consoles you could choose to use either like an AC adapter and like, you know, just plug it into a wall to power it, or you could use like batteries. And I remember he was saying in the video like, you know, considering like batteries are an option, I'm gonna assume that the consoles just didn't include the AC adapter most of the time. And he's like, now tell me, what would you rather do? Go to the store and buy some C batteries or plug it into the wall? And he's like, now what are you gonna do with batteries? Play it at the fucking beach? But he's got a point though, like, like, especially now, like, I couldn't imagine like having a video game console and it's like, okay, I gotta get like 4 C batteries to like plug it in and play it. I could not imagine that. Like he was saying, like, did the Pong console like manufacturers have some kind of like deal with the fucking battery company to sell more batteries? I don't know. He's got a good point though. That's so weird that they would do that. The good news is we're almost done with this. I wasn't into Yu-Gi-Oh either, but I'm pretty sure I got a dual disc because I pitched a fit. My brother got one, I didn't. The classic sibling moment. Honestly, understandable though. You used to have a hand console you could plug into the TV. You could take a picture of yourself and then do a makeover on the TV. That thing was battery powered, and then the cables go to the TV. That thing fucked. Damn, that's like the classic, like those plug and play consoles that were like basically just like a joystick, like an arcade joystick kinda, and it just like plugged into like the RCA on your TV. And there was like a SpongeBob one and a Spider-Man one. I remember we had the Spider-Man one as a kid. There's probably more, but I don't know what the other ones were. But yeah, those things were based as fuck. You know, it's kind of sad, like niche things like that like don't really exist anymore. Because like anything you could do, it's just like you just do it on your phone or like on your computer or like on your Steam Deck or whatever. But like niche consoles like that, like I mean, they maybe still like get made somewhere, but like they're not really like popular or like not really a thing. I don't know. Always interesting growing up like with these like weird pieces of technology. Always very interesting to think about stuff like that. Yeah, everything do be kind of modernized. Like I was literally saying a few nights ago to somebody, I don't even know where, or maybe it was like with Hunter and Vince, I was saying this. How like, I think it's like ridiculous how expensive like iPhones and shit are nowadays. Like, I don't remember exactly how much they costed, but like, I remember getting like a Nexus 5 in high school, and like I'm pretty sure that phone was like $200 maybe. Like that thing was pretty cheap. Cause I remember the whole point of the Nexus phones before Google like got into like the Pixel phones, like is that they were cheap. That was like that was like the dub of those phones. But it's just like, why the fuck are iPhones like $1,000+? I think it's so absurd. Oh, this was Hunter and Vince, yeah, because Vince was talking about how he used to work at like a phone company in the mall, and I was like, yo, I remember that. And it's like nowadays with phones, like smartphones, like you're not really getting much like technological advancements anymore. Like, remember, I will always remember when the iPhone 4 came out, the Retina screen on it. I was like, holy fuck, this screen looks crazy. It looks so good by comparison, compared to like the iPhone 3 and like all the previous ones. I don't know. Hype to think about back in the day when like there was stuff like that that was actually like, amazing to see. Hello, Yoshi. Bruh, you didn't get a notification for the stream? My condolences. The classic. I think the last time I was truly wowed by like some kind of technology was when I first played VR. Like I remember playing this game called Jet Island, where I don't know if it actually got more development ever, but the hype thing about it is like it was basically like a tech demo kind of like you were just basically you could run around in this world and you have like these like Spider-Man like grapplers basically. But the hype part is that you could at any point hit a button and you could get on a hoverboard and there's no reason not to go on the hoverboard. And I remember playing that game for the first time and it's like moving around on the hoverboard, like it actually felt like you were moving. Like it was so disorienting to play. I was like, holy shit, like I'm actually gonna lose my balance trying to play this game. Cause it's like it's that legit feeling. I don't know, it was so hype to experience that for the first time. But I guess like everything, like I don't know, like technology, like how far is it gonna really go before like advancements stop being like relevant like that? It's like people talking about like the talk of the town with the PS5 Pro, how like people are like, who wants this? Or like people making all these memes of like me trying to see the difference between like a PS5 game, like a PS5 Pro game. Like the advancements are so minuscule nowadays. They're so much less than previous advancements. I just went on like a big fucking tangent. Send tweet. I am well, Yoshi. The only thing that's tragic is I woke up today and I slept in for like a long time. That was the only tragic thing about today. But other than that, I'm pretty good. The classic waking up really late, or waking up and then falling back asleep for multiple hours. A true tragedy of life. Do you think it's good to be positive in life? Because in my case, it sucks. I think it's good to be positive in life. To try and have a positive outlook on stuff when possible. Oh, you're COVID positive, bruh. Okay, well, there are cases where you don't want to be positive in that case. Just like Aaron is. I don't know if he still technically has COVID or not. I just know he said that he's like still like kind of like sick feeling. I hope it doesn't last too long. Because being sick is no fun. Except, you know, I had like an arc as a kid growing up where I used to get sick a lot. And I remember there was one time where like I was sick and like missed school for like a week or something. And well, okay, that happened multiple times, but like there was one point I can vividly remember where I missed school for like a week or something, and I just like didn't want to go back to school, so I just like faked being sick, I think, for like an extra day. So I was just like I didn't want to go. Which yes, I can definitely say that I faked being sick at least a few times as a kid. I'm pretty sure one of my friend's mom, like, I'm pretty sure, like, he said that his mom had a thing where, like, if he just, like, really, like, just didn't want to go to school, like, he was allowed just, like, to stay home for, like, a day. Which, honestly, that's kind of based, low-key. In my opinion, I think it's kind of based. Especially as like a kid, like sometimes like it can be a lot to deal with. Like to... I don't know. That sentence just like died in my head. Like I was gonna say something, and I'm like, never mind. Def had to skip school just to catch up on the work I procrastinated on, which ended up making me even more behind. Love that. Love this. Damn. Let's see if I can like get a bit more of like a transition here on the background. When I was really young, my mom used to say we couldn't skip unless we were actively bleeding or dying. When I got to be a teen, she was like, do whatever you want, I don't care. That's really funny that you say that, because I remember in like grade 4 or something, there would be like times where it's like, okay, like we're having like, I don't even remember what it was. It was just some kind of like, we'd be in groups and it's like, okay, this group of people is gonna like do this like reading activity or something with the teacher while everybody else is doing like whatever else. And I remember like the teacher would be like, okay, like during this time, like don't like come over and bother us unless you're bleeding or dying. I remember vividly that's what they said. Don't like don't come over and like disturb us unless you're bleeding or dying. And it's just like, bruh. The fact that you just happen to say like that exact same thing, basically. In a sense. Like, and when I was saying earlier about like, this is so unrelated, I'm just immediately like, boom, flipping the topic. Like trying to get curves and shit in Mario Paint, so hard. Wish I could turn the damn thing, but you can't. Okay. Do I call this one done? I call this one done. It looks kind of good. Honestly. I don't know. I think we're gonna call it as I just told me. Plus, I've been working on this one for a while. I think this is done. Yeah. Calling it. All right. Time.